Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture on dynamic modeling, scenario and event trace diagram. At the end of this session, the students will be able to describe and summarize dynamic model concept, apply scenario and event trace diagram. In this lecture, I'll be introducing the students with the concepts of dynamic model. Further, we will be discussing the steps involved in developing a dynamic model, describing a scenario, followed by event trace diagram. Object modeling technique involves system analysis and design based on three different views of the system. The first, object model, second, dynamic model, and third, functional model. In this video, we will be restricting ourselves to the dynamic model. So what is a dynamic model? The dynamic model represents time-dependent aspect of a system. The dynamic model is concerned with the temporal changes in the states of the object. It means that object model gives us a static view, whereas the dynamic model gives us the dynamic view with respect to the time. The main concepts involved in dynamic model are the states, the transition and the event. So let us explore one by one. So what is a state? A state actually corresponds to the interval between two events received by an object. Also, the state has a duration. It is associated with a continuous activity. Now, every now and then we use the word state. So it states the literal meaning says that it's basically the interval between two events. Consider, for example, the ringing of a phone. So ringing is a state. Next, transition. What is transition? Transition is a change in the state. And then, why this transition occur? This transition occurs because of the event. So, an event is basically an occurrence that triggers the transition. So, event can be ringing of the bell, which makes us to or the object to transit from one state to other. Therefore, event causes transition and transition causes the state to change from one state to another. Now, we will be understanding how to develop a state model. The dynamic model is graphically represented with state diagram. It consists of the following sequence. First, prepare scenario. Second, identify events between object. Third, prepare an event trace for each scenario. Build a state diagram and finally match events between the objects to verify consistency. So now dear students, we are understanding how to develop a dynamic model. So dynamic model actually involves n number of steps. So we begin with a scenario, then we prepare an event trace diagram and finally we build a state diagram. And then we check the synchronization of each of this with one another. Finally, we need to see that whether there exists a match between the events to verify the consistency between the object model, the dynamic model and the functional model. Moving ahead, the dynamic model actually tracks the behavior over time described in terms of change in the object or even sequences between objects. So first we begin with scenario. So what is a scenario? A scenario is a specific sequence of events representing a path through the system state space. This is the technical definition of a scenario, but I would like to share y'all an example. Consider the scenario of a day-to-day activity that we keep on doing. So consider the example of a scenario wherein you attend a particular day in a college. So it begins with you getting up, brushing your teeth, having a bath, getting ready for college, getting your homework done, packing your bags, and finally moving to college. Then, at the college, attending the lectures, doing the assignment, eating the food during lunch break, and then finally, once again, attending the practical scenario. Practical, whatever it is, and then going back. So, this is basically a sequence of events that happen one after the other, and this is done by a particular object. So, in the scenario, one needs to describe the sequence of event with respect to time. Once the scenario is written, then we move ahead with the event trace diagram. What is an event trace diagram? An event trace diagram extends the scenario to clarify events between the object. So whatever we have written in the scenario, the event trace diagram actually extends this between the object. So here it involves the object. Now, in the coming slides, we will see the examples for a scenario. So, scenario is a sequence of event that occurs during one particular execution of a system. It may include all events in the system. Also, each event transmits information from one object to other. Now, consider an example scenario. A scenario of a phone call. Now, when we make a particular phone call, there's always two persons involved in it. One is the caller and the callee. And obviously, we consider the phone line because that is the object through which we are interacting. So, in a scenario, you're normally expected to do all the things that happen one after the other. That is the events that happen one after the other. So, consider the example given here. If you can see, that whenever we make a particular phone call, so we begin normally. This particular phone call is the olden days phone call which is having a receiver, not a smartphone. So here the step one, obviously the caller lifts the receiver, then you hear the dial tone. After hearing the dial tone, you dial the digits, and then the phone rings, and then the phone get connected, communication is established, and then again the phone is disconnected. So all these steps are expected to be written properly in a scenario. Now, one more thing to be mentioned here is this scenario only contains event affecting the phone line. Now I hope that how to write a scenario is clear. It's just a verbal description of the events that happen for a particular activity. Okay, now this scenario further needs to be converted or drawn or taken into consideration for drawing the event trace diagram. So what is an event trace diagram? Once we finish the scenario, you need to proceed with the event trace diagram. But in between the scenario and event trace diagram, there is one more step that we are expected. That is to identify the sender and the receiver objects of each events that have been described in the scenario. So in the phone call scenario, there was a caller and a callee that were the sender and the receiver object. So these will be noted down. So in the event trace diagram, the sequence of events and object exchanging events in an augmented scenario is nothing but an event trace diagram. Now, the notations for event trace diagram: objects are vertical lines, events are horizontal lines with arrows from the sender object to the receiver object. Time increases from top to bottom. It is only the sequence of events, not the exact time. So take a look at the event trace diagram. Now whatever the objects we have identified in the scenario, for a particular example, now the phone line, that is the caller, and the callee are represented here. The timeline is shown by a dotted dashed line, that is a dotted dashed line from top to bottom. The events are shown by horizontal line, and now we can see from the beginning that the caller lifts the receiver of the phone line, then you can hear the dial tone from the phone line, then the dialing of the numbers begin. After that, the phone digit is dialed, there is a ringing tone, the phone rings on the callee side, the callee side answers the phone gets connected, collie hangs up, and the finally collar hangs up. The connection is broken before the collar hangs up. So all this is being depicted in the event trace diagram. I hope the students have now got an understanding of how to write the description for the scenario. From the scenario, the next step is to identify the sender and the receiver object. Once the sender and the receiver objects are identified in the event trace diagram, those objects need to be represented at the top. The vertical lines represent the timeline, and the horizontal line with arrow marks need represent the messages. Now, pause the video for some time and write the scenario for the following activity. This is a puzzle, and I want the students to write the scenario and draw the event trace diagram for this scenario. Moving a bag of corn, a goose, and a fox across a river in a boat. Only one thing may be carried in the boat at a time. If the goose is left alone with the corn will be eaten. If the goose is left alone with the fox, the goose will be eaten. So here you have to prepare two scenarios, one in which something gets eaten and one in which everything is safely transported across the river. Take your time and answer the question. Answer for the scenario. Kindly go through it. I hope you have cleared your understanding about scenario and event trace diagram. These are the references. Thank you for your patient listening.